Have you ever finished a great pitch meeting and realized that the proposal is due in the next 48 hours? A couple of weeks ago, I pitched a new product to a group CFO, and the meeting went well. So well that he told me that he needed the proposal in the next 48 hours. Now, here was the problem. I had a full-day workshop the next day, and I had my dad's 70th birthday celebration the day after. And I had nothing close to a CFO-level proposal template ready. So I built a Claude skill that writes McKinsey-grade proposals. And in today's video, I want to walk you through that Claude skill. I also want to show you the proposal that the skill built, and I'll tell you what the CFO did when he read the proposal. Hi, my name is Kevin Kabu. I've spent the last 10 years of my life building an award-winning business with global and Pan-African clients. A couple of weeks ago, I set up a meeting with a group CFO friend of mine to pitch him an eTeams invoice validator tool that I've just developed. It's a new product called Zentax. And so the pitch was real, and the meeting went really, really well. And he was like, look, Kevin, I need you to send me a proposal within the next 48 hours. And here's the thing. The next day I had a full day workshop, so I didn't have the time to put that proposal together. And the day after was my dad's 70th birthday, which was a huge celebration. And again, I wouldn't have the time. Another icing to the cake was I had nothing close to a CFO level proposal for this product. All I had was a company profile template. So I thought, okay, can I just ask him to push the deadline a bit so that I can have a bit more time? And I was like, okay, we need to move now, not how. We need to figure it out now. So that's when I decided, look, I'm going to turn to AI. I had been experimenting with skills in Claude. So Claude is just another AI tool like ChatGPT, but from a company called Anthropic. And skills are basically a very specific set of instructions you give and put inside a file that guides AI how to operate. Think about it like a standard operating procedure. And I had wondered whether, can I use a skill to encode McKinsey-grade proposal creation so that I can send it to this level of stakeholder. I really admire how McKinsey do their stuff. I had spoken to someone who had worked in McKinsey, and just the thinking that they go through in creating proposals for their stakeholders is fantastic and it's amazing. So I wanted to mirror that because of the stakeholders I was talking to. And so this is how the skill looks like. It's basically McKinsey-grade proposals and presentations, and it has three very specific ways in which it operates. So it operates through the rigor of a top-tier strategy proposal based on the kind of stakeholder we're pitching to, the length and directness of a modern enterprise, and the literacy of someone who sells in Kenya and East Africa. Because sometimes these AI tools are set to work with the Anglo world, mostly America, and I just wanted something that's contextual. And it has 3 modes. These 3 modes are build, and it's the way I wanted to encode this skill. It's build. This is the default where you just want an output, like a proposal. The second one is teach. So this is where I want to learn how these proposals are put together, just to increase my knowledge. And then the last one is tutor. So I work together with a tool. I create a draft, and then it walks me and critiques through what I've written, just to enable me to crystallize my knowledge. And also has a very cool other functionality here, where it's basically the principles behind this top-tier proposal that you can just read through because it enables you to learn a bit more. And once I built out this skill, I thought through how can I get the best output. So I settled on 3 things to feed into the tool. The first one was the meeting notes with the CFO. And basically, I just took down the notes in a Google Doc, and that was the first input. The second one is the transcript of a YouTube video that I had done demonstrating the tool. So I just went into YouTube, pulled the transcript because it talks through the entire tool there and gives enough context. And lastly was the profile template I had downloaded, and I got it from a platform called Envato. Basically, Envato just has templates for you to use and makes life easier when you're creating marketing materials. So once I fed those 3 things into the AI tool, it gave me the output. This is the final proposal that was created by Claude, and it's for you to judge. I honestly think it's fantastic, starting with the cover page, the way it's highlighted the specific text, It's using this nav bar. It's showing who it's been prepared for and who it's been prepared by. And a nice like breadcrumb at the top that's talking about what exactly we're talking about, like tax tech, e-teams, automation. And the executive summary is fantastic, and you've seen the nav bar is moving. I honestly think this is very strong. So it brings out the problem and it's showing what this whole thing is all about. So you capture someone's attention at the beginning, which is the power of these McKinsey-grade proposals. The layout here, I found it fantastic. What it highlighted, of course, there's just one error here in terms of not fraudulent. There's a quick backspace I can put there, but it's put the slides in a very, this slide, it's formatted it in a very easy to read way, how we read left to right. And this is the slide that surprised me the most. The way it's highlighting the cost to you as a business is not something I could have even imagined. It really surprised me here. Using the power of visuals, it highlighted a moderate case in the middle. And I think this is just fantastic. Also, this slide is very informative. Like it draws you to exactly where Zentax comes into the process of your business. And it's just showing that in a very clear way. And also the process. This slide shows through the process of Zentax. So the intake, extraction, validation, decision, and communications, and what it's highlighting, and it's showing the nav bar where we are at. I think this is fantastic. And remember, I have not edited this. I have not touched it in any way. This is the exact output that I got from the AI tool. It has the few things that you need to correct, probably here in spelling, removing these long dashes that are there. One thing was baked into this tool was British English versus American English. So in Kenya and East Africa, we tend to use British English. And that's what I encoded into the tool so that we don't have that thing for, this is AI generated as much as it's AI generated. So honestly, from my take, I think it's a fantastic starting point. You don't have the time. Remember, I didn't have the time. I left it running. It created this. All I needed to download and edit a few things. And I edited 2 slides at the end just for the way I wanted to present myself and my background. But that's it. And I think this is fantastic, but it's for you to judge. I don't know what you think, but from my point of view, having little time or no time to do something, this is a fantastic way to go. What happened next? I sent the proposal to the group CFO, and within a couple of minutes, let's say maybe 20, he had forwarded it to his directors, which I think is a win, meaning that that presentation created by AI cleared the bar for going to the decision-making level. And I think that's a win. So let's sit with that for a second. I used AI to pitch my AI product. And I think that's fantastic because if you don't have the time and you have enough context and you know how to use AI effectively, then you can produce things, output that is way better than if you just worked alone. And this is where I normally say man plus machine equals better output. Not the machine taking over, not just doing it by yourself, but working together with the machine will create fantastic output. So that brings us to the end of today's video. If you want the Claude skill template, comment skill and I'll send it directly to you. Second, if you want to know how that e-teams invoice validator tool works, I created a video here that you can watch and show exactly what it can solve for your business. And lastly, I'll be doing a full walkthrough of exactly how I created the Claude skill. So drop me a subscribe so that you can get access to that. Thank you.